fun fact, Kaito went in with Zol, and I was thinking like, what? Why are you infiltrating the server for all of a sudden? And then like Zol just explained to me. I literally had to DM him.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of Racing Vtuber Radio, the weekly podcast bringing you your VTuber racing news and sim racing news in general. I'm Kaito Nasa, and today I'm joined by Syko Kyza of Technoburst Racing Team.
Hello.
And the purpose of this podcast, because this is the pilot and I have no idea where to put this, so we're just going to do it after the introduction, is basically we're going to do all of your weekly news that's happened, and if we miss a week, try to cap back up with that. Talk about just like racing VTuber events and championships that have been going on, as well as your general sim racing news now and then. But we had an interesting week. We had the World's VTuber Drift Championship Series finale, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we definitely did. In fact, it was actually yesterday on the day of this recording. So we'll dive into that later on. But of course, Kaito, you can proceed with whatever the podcast has for us.
Well, funny enough, I was gonna have you introduce yourself because not maybe there's someone that hasn't heard of you or Technoburst, and if you want to share a little bit about yourself and about the team.
Right. Okay. Well, you could have asked, but it's fine. I'll do it anyway. So, hello everyone. My name is Syko Kyza. You could call me Syko. Of course, I'm a Malaysian racing VTuber. So I've been doing the racing genre actually since a while back. I debuted as a streamer back in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. And I officially debuted as a VTuber, albeit a PNG for now, back in 2022. So it's been an interesting career, of course. And I'd say that, and also I'm the founder and current team boss of Technoburst Racing Team. So basically, it's been my racing team that's been going on for quite a while back, since all the way back in the beginning of my GT3 career. And currently, we have quite a number of members as well. We currently compete in Vtracc, and of course, the World's VTuber Drift Championship as well. And of course, GT7, which Kaito is also a part of.
Yeah, I'm part of the Rev Up squad, so and again, thank you so much for letting me have that opportunity to race with y'all, because I know
no worries. And I think it was officially announced as well. I was actually surprised that Rev Up took home the team championship for Vtracc season 24-2, pretty much. So yeah, congrats, Kaito.
Thanks. It was a hard fought battle. I didn't expect us to win the overall like team championship either for Vtracc. I thought that like Mirai had it for the longest bit.
We're gonna have to wait and see how the standing table actually looked like, because I did my math back then and y'all actually won by 1 point. So
was it that close?
1 point from the factory team, ironically enough.
Oh,
so
wow.
There you go. You actually beat us, the veterans, or well, not really veterans, but the main squad. So there you go.
I did not expect that. Wow, 1 point. Okay, that's news to me.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I guess we could cover that later on. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's my introduction done. Or what? Do you need anything else?
No. We're good on the introduction. We're good. Wanting to talk about the Drift Championship, we were talking off the recording for a second, and you said that you had a certain song stuck in your head.
Don't remind me of that. But yeah, I guess as a start, you can actually have a recap on how the Drift Championship went. You could probably give them give the audience a bit of an introduction to the championship as well.
Yeah, so it's actually my first year hearing about the Drift Championships, and I was very intrigued to hear about it, and going back and hearing and seeing all of the different rounds going on, it was definitely something to find. Let's see, because there was I forget off the top of my head how many rounds there were.
I mean, I could just lay off the burden for you. I mean, this season's 6 rounds, pretty much.
Okay, so it's like the same. It's like the same amount of rounds as Vtracc. Okay, that's what I was trying to find. Mostly was like how many rounds it was.
It felt longer because it was a bracket style tournament. It was a bracket style competition. So basically, if you're familiar with Formula Drift or D1 GP, so we have the preliminaries and then top 8 or top 16, depending on how many people are there. They'll be competing against each other pretty much. So if you're outside of, let's say, the top 8 or top 16, you won't be qualifying for the bracket rounds, and I'm pretty sure that's that. Yeah, there's quarterfinals, semifinals, and fight for third place, and of course the fight for the final spot. The fight for first place. You could say it's the Olympics as well. Badminton, tennis, anything that's a bracket style tournament. It's almost similar like that, pretty much. It's a similar style.
Yeah, and I know that I know for the last round they didn't have anyone get knocked out of the qualifying rounds because there wasn't that many drivers in yesterday's round. But like earlier in the season, it was it looked hard fought. You had Jordan Brunch with you for a good bit of that as well. I think it was up until like round 2 or 3 when Jordan dipped out from the team.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that Jordan wanted to join. I mean, it's actually funny because it went way back, since Vtracc, or rather VTuber GT, back in season 7. But let's just say we had an alliance before, and since I stopped using the Lexus and switched to the Aston Martin for Vtracc, VGT, and then coming to Vtracc pretty much. Let's just say that the alliance was I guess, I don't know. It's funny because I thought he wouldn't want to partner up with me, but well, there he was. He said, "Hey, can we join together?" I have a really bad impression of Jordan at the moment, but that's pretty much along the lines of what he said to me at the time. So I'm like, okay, I don't mind, because if he wants to compete as well, I guess we're both almost on equal footing. We both haven't done much drifting either. We've been gripping a lot. We forgot how to slide. So that's how it is.
I mean, looking at the results, though, you would not think that, because you came out of the gate swinging with a round 1 victory. You had let me scroll up here. You had a 3rd place in round 2. It was pretty much like a podium domination from you for the whole season, because there was like another win in round 3. So like you say you forgot how to slide, but the results don't say that, because there's like 3 or 4 first place finishes for the rounds for the season, and then of course you just clinched up the championship and also got the team championship, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, that's actually true, but I was gonna point that one out to you. It was at the time before the season, so I believe it was like a few weeks before that this happened. So I just booted up CarX, and I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? Am I gonna drift? That kind of thing, and of course having to choose the car. And I think like it took me a while to actually get the RCF going. Pretty much because apparently you have to be of a certain level and you have to unlock it. You have to buy it as well. So it made the job a bit tricky. But I actually had one of my acquaintances who happens to play CarX as well. Like my friend actually introduced me to him. So let's just say he's been helping me a bit with tuning the RCF to what it is. And it took me a while to familiarize with the whole format, the how the car handles, because apparently the RCF, even though it has a lot of power, it has a lot of weight to it as well. So on the twisty bits, it's a bit tricky to handle the car, I would say. It's not in the sense that you would spin out but it's more to, the car would probably straighten out while drifting. So, you feel like you're not going to have much grip. But thankfully, for all the adjustments around, the car is as what you saw. And there you go. I believe that's how I got to my current form. So I had to, give a special thanks to Zuzuren, who's been tuning my car quite a lot actually. Even though it's more like one time. So I've been using the same tune as the start of the season. I've never had any adjustments since. So I guess the setup really worked well.
I was gonna say,
of course.
I was gonna say that's fun to, or not fun, but like that's interesting that you didn't change the setup for each track.
Yeah, I mean, I was considering it, but but I asked my acquaintance about the tuner acquaintance on about the changing about the tune. He said it's possible, but honestly, you have the skills, so go for it. I guess you just have to practice, and that's actually what I did. So, so as it turns out, I was like, oh, okay, this track is not too bad. Just have to make sure not to over practice, or else I'll just go and veer off, probably 2 tires off of the white lines. Pretty much, track limits in drifting is miles different compared to Vtracc. So even if you dip 2 tires off, that will be an incomplete run. So I had to familiarize myself with that, and it's a whole nother world. Pretty much.
I was gonna ask, what was the adjustment like to go from your traditional racing surface, racing line, and like having as much grip as possible to something like drifting, where you're trying to slide the car but still have enough grip to not completely spin out, or to lose the car completely and have an incomplete run. How was the adjustment period for that?
It took quite a while. It was a bit of a learning curve, to be honest. But if I'm gonna be honest, even in GT3, like even the early days of GT3, I'm pretty sure some people know that I've been familiarized a bit with sliding. I think I might know a thing or two about sliding a car, and probably holding it and keeping myself together pretty much, instead of just spinning out. So I guess part of it was just pure car control in that regard. So in terms of drifting, I would say like I said earlier, it took a while, but I'd say that having a mix of a racing line and where you want to go, just you're going through the corners very differently. Instead of you going it with your front tires loading up, you're going through it with your tail end, sliding out as well. So you just have to kind of counter steer enough to make the corner, and at the same time counter steer enough to not let the rear tires take control and just spin, do a 180 pretty much. It's a bit of a tricky work, to be honest. And having not been a fan of drifting back then because of the whole judging system. Yeah, I'm gonna say that very quickly. I'd say that it's definitely a challenge to to get myself from being on the racetrack or GT3 with more grip, and then having to switch to drifting immediately a week after. I think I remember I have to alternate my weeks as well. So on 1 week I have to do Vtracc, do GT3 racing, and then the next week I have to prepare myself for drifting. So it took me a while, but thankfully all that hard work has been paid off. So there you go.
Yeah, and then looking through, you've got VTuber GT Season 3. You've got the Drift Championship for the Winter Season Championship, and then I see MSRL ACC Season 1 Championship. That's 3. So are you looking for a two-peat on the drifting, or looking to focus more on Vtracc, or just wanting to keep on competing in all of it in general?
I might probably focus more on drifting at the moment, because on Vtracc I might have hit a bit of a plateau. when it comes to my when it comes to my driving abilities, I guess. Maybe I haven't been practicing as much as I did back then, but I just learned to take it easy. Uh, probably a bit like Kimi Raikkonen, I guess. It's just a hobby to me, pretty much. So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that probably just to challenge people who have a wheel because if anyone doesn't know, I race with a controller on ACC, so yeah, I might probably be one of those who were built different in that regard because I know like a lot of people use a wheel. I'm pretty sure you do as well, Kaito. But yeah, it's I guess you could say at the moment I'm probably thinking of getting another title in drifting, just to make it for the Lexus RCF. I actually had another one, but in F1, but that was like back in 2020. You could probably count that if you want.
I count it.
So I guess I guess my total tally at the moment is 4, so I'll probably make it 5. But 2 in drifting. We'll see about that. Next season, I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be more challenge, so probably gonna have to be wary of that, and probably make minor adjustments to the tune or whatnot, or probably just stick to what I have and just rely purely on, on how I drift there then to defend my title for next season.
I did have a question about the final round because I noticed I was rewatching the VOD the other day because unfortunately for me, I'm at work when the rounds are actually going on, so I have to watch it after the fact and catch up. So usually Twitter kind of spoils the ending for me, but that's okay. But I noticed during some of your runs, you kind of were clipping against the wall there. Does that affect anything with your handling or how you have to adjust your angle or anything, or is that just something that can happen and you just it is what it is?
I'd say not really. Depends on how the wall is textured because like that's a workshop map, and I'm pretty sure like you notice the walls are squared up. You could say, So in that regard, I guess like my style is just go balls to the wall, and well, literally you already saw how my runs were, and I actually had to keep it close to the wall. I guess like I've been maintaining that stance since the qualifier rounds, which is why I guess I had top spot in the qualifiers. I think I had 85 points yesterday, so on the last round, pretty much. But yeah, let's just say that by clipping the wall depends on how what your line is. If your lines if your trajectory is just making you head into the corner and then like in the middle of the corner you just scrape it deeper, it will actually make it straighten out. So I guess it's more to pure you just have to trust your guts when it comes to drifting like that. I guess on my POV it didn't look like it sparked a lot. I guess on the World VT feed it looked like I was just scratching the wall, just causing sparks all around,
It wasn't a whole lot, but like during the end, it looked like a little bit, like during the last maybe 2 seconds.
The few, I guess the last few rounds, I think I made a few mistakes. I straightened it up a bit, yeah. So that actually, yeah, I did. I did scratch it up too much. Like it's like you thumb to the wall instead of like scraping it, So it's a delicate balance. Unfortunately, I just messed it up, and it doesn't really help. It didn't really help that we had 2 OMTs, so we had to do 2 extra rounds because it was a very hard time to judge the runs. So I guess it's a matter of endurance. You have to maintain your runs consistently, and as a leader you have to get away from the chaser as far as you can, and as a chaser you have to be as close to the leading car as possible. So that's the gist of drifting competitions. So you'll be based on points with that, but of course during any of your runs, if you make a mistake or so, you'll be penalized for it. There's some points deduction, all that stuff. If you hit the wall hard enough and it straightens you out, sometimes it will cause you to be, your run to be invalid. That kind of thing.
All right, I got a question.
So, there you go. Yeah. Oh, how many questions you got?
No, this is like the last one aimed directly at you, I promise. But how did you get the nickname Psychopath?
Uh, okay. I don't think it was actually from my side, but it was actually I actually put up psychopaths for as a nickname to to everyone who supports me pretty much, everyone who follows my channel and all. So you know how some people some VTubers have they're calling their fan names pretty much. I forgot what that term is called because I haven't been keeping up that much. But basically, like, but yeah, that was originally the intention of the psychopath. But somehow, I think some people in the community just called me the psychopath. Just I guess it's probably down to how I race. In Vtracc or something. I wouldn't say I go for dive bombs recklessly, but sometimes I just go for it, push the limits. I think like someone also pointed out that I have this kind of I would say it looks smooth, but at the same time it looks very aggressive. Like I'm pushing all the way to the limit in a way while I'm driving. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but basically it's something like that. I guess the name's kind of stuck eventually, so I'm like, I'll just call myself the psychopath because I guess the name got stuck eventually.
That's that's interesting that it started out as the fan name and then it just kind of stuck. No,
Yeah,
that
it
makes
bounced back.
no, that
It
makes
bounced back to the creator himself. It's funny, I know, but
that makes sense though, because
yeah.
the way you describe your driving style, I don't know if you've watched like modern NASCAR or anything, but it almost kind of reminds me of Kyle Larson in a way. You know how it looks super aggressive, and he looks like one of the more aggressive drivers to try and get a win. But it also looks when he pulls it off, it also looks clean.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, I'm not the best at describing my own driving style, so usually I would ask people like how do I drive and all, So yeah, that's kind of I had to ask you, for an opinion about it.
Oh yeah, no, and I noticed that because I know the commentators yesterday were like, "Oh, is Syko going to play it safe?" And the other commentator was like, "No, Syko's not known to play it safe. Syko's known to send it and stay as competitive as possible and leave nothing on the track."
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, it might be a bit different because, like, yeah, drifting. Because I know, I guess because my mindset, during the drift competition is just, uh, get as close as you can to the wall, without compromising your run. Make it a bit show off, I guess. I don't know. It's not a show off deliberately as in show off, but just do it in the suitable spots. Look like you're pushing to the limits with that one, pretty much. So there you go.
You gotta add a little
I'm
bit
not
of
sure about
flair.
Vtracc. I'm not sure about Vtracc, to be honest. Like, it's a bit conflicting. I had my moments, I guess, where I kind of mess up a bit. I guess most of the time, I guess it's more to the defense side because, like, I'm pretty sure people know like how I defend, on the racetrack, especially if it's for position, that kind of thing. I guess it's like not last season, like the was it 24-1 pretty much. So last season, or well, 2 seasons ago, pretty much for Vtracc. Yeah, pretty sure like people have seen like how I drive at the time.
End of season's always confusing. Was it last season? No, technically it's not last season anymore, is it? I hate when that happens because you go to talk about something earlier and it's just like, wait, no, it's not last season because technically
I know because
this
the season already ended, so you can't really help it.
Yeah, and switching gears to Vtracc actually, yeah, we just saw the full official announcement about championships and like who was the leader in the points. In the pros, it was Lucas Lichten basically putting on a clinic the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he went for the full 6-peat, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
I think the only one that he didn't like he had some competition. It looked like, in my opinion, because I was on the track, so I couldn't really tell. But I think, in my opinion, Lucas had some competition at Red Bull Ring. But then again, Red Bull Ring was Red Bull Ring.
Really, I guess Misano is another thing as well, or well, Catalunya.
Oh yeah,
pretty
true,
much. I think with Denac. So I get it's a bit of a bummer that Denac, kind of had to call it quits a bit early in mid-season. But you know what? I guess they have their own reasons too. So I had to switch gears back a bit to to World VT Drift pretty much because I think at first I was fighting with Ivano, for the first round, and that caused an upset because I defeated him for the first time. Pretty much, I think I pulled off an SVG on that one. I'm not really sure, but I think you could call it a bit of an SVG move because I fought him in the finals, and it got very close, and I ended up winning the first round. On debut as well. So I think I kind of wish to fight Ivano for for the whole season, but I guess it didn't came to be. He had to pull out of the season, pull out of Vtracc as well, just because because of mental health issues. So can't really help it, but it is what it is, and should be all right. Hopefully they get better.
I'd like to remind our listeners at this moment too, we talk about these championships, but remember, VTubers behind the screen are also real people, and real life and mental health is very important. So make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. Make sure that I joke about staying hydrated all the time on my Twitch and on my Twitter, but genuinely, please stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves. Your mental health, your physical health, both of those are very important. And of course, real life commitments are always going to take precedent. So just to take a quick snippet away from talking virtual race cars to talk about actual things in the real life.
All right. Wait. What are we supposed to talk about again?
We took a bit of a tangent.
I got a bit lost because I was was scrolling through something for a bit. I had to check on something real quick. But yeah, what was it again?
We're getting back to Vtracc.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. So where were we again?
We were talking about Red Bull Ring at first. Basically how that was an event. It started off with rain, and then it cleared up literally at the start of the race, pretty much. And it took what, half a lap before the rain fully stopped. But turn one was
Oh yeah, turn one was quite a mess, but yeah, I think I had a bad start as well for that one. Well, probably because I didn't practice much for the wets, but I guess kind of held my ground to it at the time. I can't remember much for the race because honestly on my side it was not really that eventful. I guess the almost eventful thing was probably they're not getting a drive-through penalty for track limits, but even then I can really catch up to them. So I kind of stayed where I was. I think I was in P4. Okay, you know what? I'll pull up the stats.
I was about to pull up the sim grid myself. Be like, hold up, where's the sim grid? I know in the back.
I'm on the team's page right now, so I'm in P5. Yeah, I ended up in P5.
I know that in the back of the field it was very interesting because you had a bunch of cars in the mid pack going crazy in turn one, and then here I am in the back. I had no idea what I was doing, trying to make a setup, so I went with the default wet setup like an idiot.
Hang on, you were there in Red Bull Ring, right?
Yeah, I was there the whole season except for the penultimate round, which was round 5.
Ah, right, okay. No, actually I thought you made your debut or something in Misano, I think, second round of the championship.
No.
So I might have got myself a bit confused.
No,
so.
that was when I did the custom. That was the race right after my dog had passed away. So that was the first race that I did the special livery.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And then I forget if it was round 3 or 4 when I did the debut for Techno Burst Rev Up.
Oh yeah, it was round 3. It was in Catalunya. I wasn't there, but yeah.
That's right, because I ended up Soul ended up getting into me, and I ended up getting into Zool, and then I ended up with a ton of damage and still managed to get a podium somehow.
Yeah, I mean, good work. You know, it's definitely something. You know,
I think
so
that
I'll
was
give you that.
Catalunya. It was basically the analogy for my season. I think just recovery drive, recovery drive, recovery drive.
Mm-hmm.
Which those can be intense in and of themselves. But no, Vtracc, what was it? 3-4 weeks ago had the final race at
3 weeks ago, I think.
yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up the thing.
It was like near the end of July. I know that.
July 28th. Well, this thing was posted anyway, but you know, it's fine.
No, that sounds correct though. July 28th.
No. I can really trust myself because like
It was the
sometimes
27th. The 27th.
Okay, there you go.
Because I
fair enough.
remember the
Right,
20
right.
or I remember the 13th is the one that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was the 27th. And that was the South African Grand Prix. Didn't that one have rain too at like the very start?
Which one? Sorry.
The last round of Vtracc. Didn't that have like rain at the start and then it cleared away almost immediately?
No. That was Polar Ricard.
Was it? I could have sworn it happened at
No, that was Polar Ricard
Kailami.
because yeah, no, that was Polar Ricard because Kailami was dusk to twilight. Yeah, it's the
That's
twilight
right.
race.
That's right. No, which one? No, there was one earlier that was before Paul Ricard that did that too.
Polar Ricard was wet. Yes, Polar Ricard was wet, and then it went dry, and then it went wet again at the end. So
Yeah.
that's the one. Oh, was there another one that you meant?
I think it was Zandvoort.
Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Zandvoort. Yeah,
'Cause it's-
Zandvoort was wet to dry as well.
Yeah, it was like it started off wet, so everyone went with the wet tires, and then almost immediately the rain stopped. And it was like,
Did it rain again at the end, or
no, it stayed dry.
stayed dry? So it could be, yeah, it could be the Dutch. It could be Zandvoort because you know, it didn't rain again at the end. But you know, if it's if you meant like if the rain stopped immediately, that was Paul Ricard, but it did rain again. Like,
Yeah.
a few laps before the end.
No, because Zandvoort it rained, and then after we got off the grid, like after we went through the got done with the pacing lap, it had stopped because I think you had mentioned that the wipers had turned off, but the track was staying wet for a while.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure.
Because no, I think that's what it was. Because I remember Soliel losing control of the Mustang in front of me, and I felt so panicked.
Oh wait, no, if you were there, I think it was the Dutch V3, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I remember being a little panicked because I was like, oh no. I think for season 2, I am for sure working on my practice in the wet. I think in the dry, I'm fine. It's the wet where I get a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at Vtracc, what is like? So season's over. We've mentioned Lucas, Jordan Brunch, 2 years with Track.eu, driving for Mirai, gets his first win in Vtracc and his first championship.
Yeah, I'd say you know, props to him. Congrats. Although you know, it's actually quite funny because like you know, it's been going on for a while. I think like oh yeah, Jordan was in silver. I think he had technically his best shot. Well, in my opinion, anyway. Technically, he had one of his best shots. You know, the season prior to the thing. Then again, like the season before, it was Ryoma Kirihara who got the silver title, pretty much, yeah. So I guess like the door kind of opened, although I would probably say it's a bit it's a bit iffy because you know, the silver field is a bit of a no man's land as well, which is a bit of a bummer. But then again, you know, even if like everyone got transferred to pro as well, I don't think it would make I don't think it will make the situation a bit better. But you know, he's been improving his driving, you know, and all I guess like he nailed the whole season. I think like he fought with Asa as well before Asa went to the pro class, you know. Uh, but yeah, I think like since then he stayed there. I think Kohai, Dirty Kohai, had like a chance to fight with him as well. But you know, it's I guess the stars aligned for him, and you know, he's had his win. You know, it's deserved, to be honest. You know, we've all been waiting for a Jordan Brunch win for like quite a while, because he had his first podium like a really long while back, and you know, we've all just been waiting for a Jordan Brunch win, and of course his championship title as well. You know, yeah, and that goes that saying where, you know, even if you're not a fan of Jordan Brunch, everyone is a fan of Jordan Brunch.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I know like I was brand new to the scene, so I was like, wait, who is everyone? But like hearing about Jordan you know, being with track.eu for 2 years and still not getting a first place on the podium, I was like, come on, Jordan, get it.
Yeah, we're all rooting for him since forever. I think like the whole of track kind of you know, was rooting for him as well. I mean, even I myself was rooting for him too. So, you know, like I said, everyone is a Jordan Brunch fan.
And then of course the AM class looked like a techno burst sweep with Zool taking the AM class points championship, which Zool was driving out of his mind.
Yeah, I do agree, because like if I'd say like there's an interesting story behind it as well. You know, I'll leak. I wouldn't say I'll leak to it, but I'll let you all in on this thing, because like if y'all remember before you know, before the that Vtracc season happened, let's just say that he was gonna be driving a McLaren 720S Evo. So, you know, truth be told, like in the team as well, like I'm pretty sure like y'all noticed everyone was running the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, right? So I would say I want to force everyone to do it, but you know, I was thinking like it would be nice, because like, you know, especially for the rookies as well, we have this setup sharing thingy going on. So, you know, it's I guess it's more to baseline setup. You know, it's you could say it's aggressive in a way, but you could say you could still do some fine tuning to it if you want. You know, but still, you know, we ended up sharing the setup. So I believe Zool, and at one point Ravioli as well. Like both of them were running different cars, but you know, Ravi was the first one to, you know, kind of make a switch to the Aston. You know, before the Track GT3 Cup season began, and you know, I wouldn't mind. And I think like Zool was the last one to switch to the Aston, because I think like you know, he did his running again. Yeah, the 720S Evo is, you know, one of the meta cars, so you know, it's fine. But I guess at some point he hit his ceiling pretty early on. So I told him, you know, just try this setup or something, you know, see how it goes. And he's like, okay, we'll go with the Aston then. So pretty sure like y'all have seen that post where Zool had his accident on the 720S Evo, and you know, the car is not salvageable, pretty much.
The car's not salvageable. We're switching to the Aston.
Yeah, pretty much, because you know, we're pretending to be the Aston, one of the Aston customer teams. So you know, you get one free stuff.
Welcome to Technoburst. Would you like to drive the Aston or the Aston?
I mean, I'm kind of open to it. It's just the fact that I don't want to make too much. I don't want to make so much different liveries for it. So I did emphasize early on to, you know, like, are you gonna stick with this car or not? because I think like I finished the livery once, and then like suddenly, oh, I'm thinking of switching. I'm like, oh, come on, that's all my hard work right there.
I remember when Zool had asked me to join the team, and I was talking with you about the car, and one of your first questions: are you sticking with the BMW, or are you willing to switch to the Aston?
Yeah, because at the time I wasn't willing to make another livery. So I was like, oh, please stick with the Aston. Please go with the Aston so I don't have much work to do it.
I mean, I still gave you a little bit of work to do because I was like, I was like,
No,
I need to run
that kind of work is still acceptable because I have the template already. So it's a matter of having to make one from scratch. It's a whole nother issue. Like having to make one from scratch and on a different car as well is not it's not a funny thing, guys. Okay, it's not actually a funny thing. You literally have to study the thing and then see how everything is mashed together. If it's wrong, oh yeah, you have to change that kind of thing. It's not
you actually
it's not
use
fun.
a different program than me too. Like you use like a program to kind of have a look at what it's going to look like before it goes into ACC. I have what I did when I did
program. That's actually Assetto Corsa. That's what I use.
Yeah, I know. For me, I did what I did. I for my liveries before I joined Technoburst, I literally just went into Photoshop and was just like, what changes what? And I had to, oh my god, editing when you're not doing like when you don't have like the method that you use. Oh my god, I spent so long trying to figure out why a certain part wasn't changing to a certain color. It was infuriating at first.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
And like the worst part of it is I had done, it had been years since I'd done any form of like livery making, and the last time I did was in NR 2003, which is completely different with the templates and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only like paint template in Photoshop that's similar is iRacing, but I mean that's kind of a given considering it's the same devs.
Oh yeah, indeed.
But Vtracc, it's finally over, and we're getting ready for season 24-3. Any exciting plans? Anything that you've heard down the grapevine from any teams or anything?
No, honestly, not at the moment. I think if anything, our racing calendar is a bit over at the moment, so I guess it's more like a summer break for everyone right now. But yeah, I mean, I guess for plans, thinking of recruiting some of the other drivers as well, if possible. So that the team can still run together. I think like if basically either Zul or you gets promoted to to the main team, pretty much. That means we're gonna have to find more talent. It's not gonna be easy, but you know what? We'll make do. We'll go through. I'm pretty sure. I'm confident that we can go through as is.
I know there were jokes within Track.eu about Zool moving up to silver. Honestly, I think he's got the pace to do it. I think he's got the pace after.
Well, from what I heard, silver might not be a thing anymore. So it's
really
gonna be pros or AMs. That's it. Because silver's attendance is like literally low. Like there's only like what 3? There's only like 3 silver drivers.
It started so well for silver, and then it just life commitment stuff, and it just whittled down the silver field. I did not know that. I did not know that silver might not be a thing next season.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just rumors. I mean, for obvious reasons, I don't wanna say anything that's gonna cause misinformation or whatever. But from what I heard, I don't know. I heard from the ravines of the green track.eu.
This is like the NASCAR silly season. I can't confirm anything, but from what I'm hearing in the grapevine.
Pretty much. I heard silver might not be a thing anymore, so it's only gonna be pros and AMs, and that's it. I'm not sure where will you be. I'm pretty sure like Zol's gonna go to pro. Jordan's gonna go to pro. Kohai's gonna go to pro, if that's a thing. I'm pretty sure these 3 drivers are gonna go to pro.
Let's make sure to add that if it becomes a thing, potentially.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like seeing how they perform on Vtracc, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you're still gonna be an AM, but you might probably get your first win there. Who knows?
It's still technically my rookie year, so my rookie season is over, but like I've still got another year to go through before I can say
That's fine.
before I can say I'm not a rookie. I know I've been talking to Isaac about it. I was like, and Isaac said that like from the start of this season of Vtracc to the end of the season, I had improved a lot. And that's basically what my main goal is.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree with Isaac there. You've already shown quite a lot of improvement. So, you just have to keep it up. Don't do A's up,
I've got a lot of work to do when I get back in the office.
Nah, don't worry about it. I guess it depends. I'm not sure what the other news is gonna be in. I'm pretty sure you also know what's been going on these past few weeks as well.
Yeah.
Shall we move?
The biggest thing, really, and it's kind of related to Vtracc, the biggest thing that I've seen is Syko Racing. Apparently, there were some things that were going on behind the scenes, and I'm not going to get into all of the drama because this isn't really about drama or anything. But
I'd say I would say it didn't cause. No, it didn't directly cause the thing, but I guess it's one of the I guess you could say justifications that thing might happen,
Right. I know one of the founding members of Syko had stepped away. They were like, "Oh, I'm giving full team ownership to the other co-founder because the team's moved away from what I wanted it originally to be." And then it was like a day or two later came the announcement from their Twitter saying, for the time being, Syko Racing is closing its doors. So we've got a lot of drivers, really talented drivers, that are potentially looking for some new teams. It's going to make for an interesting recruitment season.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as a team owner myself, I could say, our doors are open. We might not have a team registration form like Grip Runners does, but still open. You could DM one of us. I guess. I mean, fun fact: Kaito went in with Zol, and I was thinking like, what? Why are you infiltrating the server for all of a sudden? And then like Zol just explained to me. I literally had to DM him. I said like, wait, why is Kaito here? What's going on? And it was like, oh, we talked about join the team. I'm like, oh, is that okay?
Wait, you thought I was an infiltrator at first?
No, because like it was originally for team members only, and well, now we've invited a select few for just to get things around. It's I guess now it's a bit more lenient, but like I said, if you're looking for a team, we don't care. Okay, I personally don't care if you're fast or slow. As long as you can keep it together on track, that's all that matters. Okay, do hit us up. If you want to improve your racing as well, go ahead. Hit us up. Hit us up on X, Twitter. Technobus RT, and or hit me up. As well, hit me up, hit Kaito up, any of the team members, they'll redirect you, I guess.
We'll figure out some way. We'll figure out some way to get the communication channels open.
True. I mean, it's still, I guess I wouldn't say it's by invitation only, but you could still apply. You can still apply. We're just gonna look over some things, and if you're qualified, then it should be fine. Just remember, you don't have to be fast. You don't have to be fast in order to join a team. Even if you're just starting out as a rookie as well, you can still join.
I'd say the biggest thing is on track etiquette, right?
Yeah, on track etiquette, exactly. I mean, if they have a past history of the on track shenanigans, then maybe I mean we're gonna emphasize on that actually. So that's something to look at as well.
I'm sure when I get when we get other teams on the podcast, they're going to try and get their promotion as well. So might as well start with Technoburst, right?
Indeed. Well, we're open for ACC. GT7 maybe. And of course we're open for CarX World Drift Championship. iRacing, I'm not really sure. We haven't planned for one yet, but if you have enough members, might as well.
I know Zul and I were joking about it, so.
I mean, if you want to be a thing, if you want to make iRacing a thing, just you could probably do that. Though I don't have iRacing, so can't really fiddle much about liveries and all. So it's a bit of another branch to look at.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one.
But yeah, do hit us up.
We're open, I swear.
Yeah, we're open, please. We need team members so I can rest in peace for once.
Oh gosh. All right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Zul might replace me next season. Who knows? But I'll leave that up to speculation for everyone else. Make it a hot thing. Just say Syko's retiring. Imagine. Yeah, I mean that might be a thing. I did actually. I did take a sabbatical once, and then I almost went to retirement once. The second time. And I guess that time lucky,
Is it the Mark Martin
lucky,
saga?
You won't have the the controller driver sagas no more, I guess.
The Mark Martin saga. I'm retiring. I'm back. I'm retiring again.
Oh no. I mean, if there's a shift in the team or something and I can't do anything about it, then I have no choice, do I? So
I mean, true. All right, just to step away from racing VTuber news and moving on to just general sim racing as a whole. Some exciting things down the pipeline. iRacing is working on the new McLaren.
Oh, the 720S Evo.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are excited on that one.
Oh, please don't make it a meta car. Oh God.
I mean,
I've heard enough. I've heard enough of the 720S. Please talk about something else. Yeah.
No, they're also adding what is it? The new BMW GT4, I think.
The bloody Lexus, please. Come on, IMSA. You have the license to IMSA or something. Go get it. Go get it.
I wish.
Get the Lexus on.
I think the problem is technically Sony still has rights to Lexus, so negotiations are a little tougher.
Damn you, Sony. Fine. I'll just cope with Assetto Corsa then.
We don't even iRacing. The only Toyotas I've ever seen in iRacing is
Wasn't it the NASCAR one?
Yeah, literally just like the NASCARs is all I've seen for Toyotas. I don't think they have. I'd have to double check, but I don't think they have it for the GT3 or the GTP.
No, I don't think. Wait, GTP? They might. I don't know.
I know they've got Acura.
Yeah, well duh. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. They got Acura, they got Caddies. What else?
Cadillac,
they had a
beloved.
BMW. They had a BMW as well. Yeah. So that's 3 already in them's field. When's Lamborghini gonna get it? Or even better, come on, get the Valkyrie on. Get the bloody Valkyrie on.
Where's my Alpine? Dang it!
Yeah, I mean, if the Valkyrie's on, maybe y'all get to go prototypes with the Valkyrie. Who knows?
iRacing announces an Opel.
Well, Mentrix would like that.
Yeah, I could see Mentrix driving in an Opel.
Yeah, watch as he barges into this call and then just say Opel.
No. I can imagine the YouTube comment already. Opel?
Yeah, Opel. And then this is gonna go into the Racing VTuber clips. I'm pretty sure.
I'm fairly certain.
Well, assuming we're streaming anyway, but which we're not. So
I wouldn't be surprised if the podcast was taken out of context for one of those and just some kind of animation or something.
Well, one thing I could say, as per the streaming platform community always says, clip it.
Clip it. Clip it and ship it.
Clip it. Chat. Come on, clip it, chat. My God.
I know that iRacing, as of the recording right now, is doing the not 24 hours of Le Mans. which there's a few drivers. There's a few VTubers competing in that. I know Mirai is currently competing in it right now with the GTP, and I know Kohai is driving the LMP2s right now.
Well, is it live right now or something? I believe it might be.
I know Jordan is live with their point of view, and Kohai is live with theirs. I don't know about Reska, but I did see Reska in Jordan's stream in the like Mirai VC. So it wouldn't surprise me if Reska's streaming it, but at the same time, I have no idea.
Right.
I think the next big thing, if we're looking at iRacing, the next big schedule thing is I think the Bristol race. But like you said, it's starting to get to that the end of summer and things are slowing down. The only like next big thing in sim racing news is of course all of the drama involving Fanatec, which I'm not qualified to speak on. The only thing I can say is that the parent company filed for insolvency, and Corsair is still, from what we've heard from Corsair, they're still willing to buy Fanatec, but if anything happened with Fanatec, because I think Corsair bought some of the trademarking stuff, if they don't end up getting Fanatec, Corsair's willing to give that to the next owner.
All right. I mean, I don't know much about the economics of some stuff, so I'm
not an economist, Psycho. I'm just a virtual race car driver.
I'll just leave it to them. I don't even own any of the products, although I do wish to. But then again, given how they went through as of these past year, I'd say nah.
Yeah, I'm on the wait and see train right now. I'm on the wait and see. I've thought about maybe getting a Moza, but hey, if any periphery company is listening to this, I'm willing to do a sponsored podcast for like a product review. I'm sure Psycho's willing to join in on that. Sweeten the deal.
Yeah, I'm willing to. If you have any controllers or something, let me review it. I'll drive the best I can. Come on, I'm one of those who are built different, so I could probably judge like where's your dead zone at or something. I don't know.
The psychopath going to do the controller reviews. Meanwhile, every other guest gets the wheel.
Hey, I mean, you haven't heard of how I practice before Vtracc, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't practice in game. I actually practice up in the mountains on a bike. Yeah, funny.
Actually, I do have a question relating to the controller. Like, I swear this is the last question.
No. I mean, I don't mind. I was just joking about how many questions you got. Go ahead. I mean, it's a podcast, so might as well.
Do you use? Because I've seen like where people have 3D printed like tiny steering wheels, or like they've bought like a third party thing that goes over the joystick. Do you have one of those, or is it just joystick on the the built-in joystick on the controller?
Who uses that? We just go normal. We just go vanilla with stock controller.
Oh dang! Okay.
You know how old my controller is right now? Like my current one, it even has his USB wire exposed.
Oh no!
No, it broke off a bit, but somehow it still functioned. I actually used it last time I used it was yesterday, so yeah, it still holds up. I guess the only thing that's worn off is just the left joystick because I've been using it so much. I think this is already 4 years old.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this control might be 4 years old. I think I got it because I broke my previous one somehow. I think it dropped multiple times, and somehow it wouldn't connect anymore. And I'm like, oh damn, I have to spend a bit for another controller. But yeah, I guess I don't add any other mods on it. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna improve my driving or whatever. It might probably improve some ergonomics for some, but for me personally, I just use it normally. I guess like I actually do have a video that has a hot lap on Laguna Seca, I think. Yeah, it was in Laguna Seca, and I had a controller camera on as well. So let me just go and find it. Okay, you be the judge. You be the judge.
All right, bet. And I'll have the video linked in the description as well, so that way that way everyone can see it. You take a peek at this.
There you go.
Oh yeah, the controller cam.
I was testing the my phone camera at the time as well, so it's okay-ish, but it's funny. Although I don't put my controller on my table, I actually put it under. I mean, so it would be resting on my lap.
Right. So like that's a little different for sure. I mean,
it's more or less the same. It's just the height of it, which is in the long run for me, it's a bit uncomfortable. So I just put it down.
But that's more
or less how I control the controller.
I was about to say, doesn't that get uncomfortable after a while? Because I know for me, I've tried controller over the table before, and after 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I can't do this. It's got to go back to my lap.
Yeah, same goes to me. I actually put it on my lap, but that just goes to show how I control my controller. It's for the purpose of demonstrating, because I don't think I should put the camera right on my thighs and my legs where it's exposed.
Psycho thigh reveal win.
Oh hell no!
No, that's for the fansly, right?
That was a running joke back then, actually. That was a running joke back then. I think it was before Vtracc was the thing as well. So Psycho thighs. I remember that going around last year, two years ago, 3 maybe. They were asking Psycho thighs. Oh wait, I remember that. Oh god. It was someone drew a Psycho thighs.
Oh,
just my thighs.
Just the thighs.
How are we diverted to this? Okay. You know what? While I go search for it or something, you do your reaction video to how I control the thing. If you have any questions, just I'll answer it as best as I can.
No, the lap looked really clean. Honestly, I was just watching it. I was like, the inputs were very smooth. What are you doing with the buttons with your thumb? That's the only thing I really.
Oh, the buttons X and A?
Yeah, the X and A buttons.
That's upshift and downshift.
Wait,
X
you have
is,
that?
Downshift, A, and upshift. I actually use one thumb. The ends of the end of my thumb controls my downshift. The joint for my thumb, from the lower thumb and the upper thumb, the end of the thumb, that controls my upshift. So that's tick, tick, like that. So it feels a bit seamless.
I didn't think of doing it like that. When I did controller, I had it on the shoulder buttons, not the triggers, but the shoulder buttons. And it would be so awkward sometimes because I'd have my index fingers on the triggers for the gas and the brake, and then I'd have to change it so that my middle fingers are doing that, so I could move my index fingers to upshift or downshift. That's clever. I like that. I might if I ever go back to controller.
Were you talking about the triggers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use my middle finger. I don't use my index.
Oh, okay.
So my middle finger would constantly be on the LBRB. Sometimes it might not be comfortable to some, but to be honest, I feel like that's the best way to modulate your throttle for once, because on one hand, when you press the triggers with your your middle finger, sometimes you want to hold it when your middle finger starts to kind of cramp up a bit or something. You can just use your index finger to act as a bit of a pincher there, act as a bit of an extra support, so it's kind of on standby in a way, but I could say my index finger is more of a support role. It's just on call. Just, if my middle finger starts acting up or whatever, just, hold it, pinch my middle finger with my index pretty much. So it holds better. It firms a bit. It grips firmer.
It's almost like a driver swap, but with your fingies.
Kinda. Okay, I'll try and hold it. Okay, so push with my middle finger. Okay, but still, I don't know. I think from all these years I'm playing on controller, a lot of people have told me it looked like I was driving on a wheel, but as it turns out, it's I'm on a controller. So I don't know how I did, precise controls on my joystick, let alone on my throttle. I guess throttle is more of mashing a bit, but still. still kind of works in a way.
I
But yeah, it's
the first time I saw you race, I thought it was on a wheel. I did not know it was controller. I'll be honest.
oh oh yeah, yeah, it's okay. I get that a lot.
I think so have you ever had to deal with stick drift?
I'm not sure. I guess if you don't set your dead zones properly, then yeah, but I did set it quite a bit. So the middle part, there was some stick drift. There was quite some stick drift on my controller actually, but I actually set my dead zone to kind of circumvent that, so it didn't feel so noticeable. And even then, my left finger would still be on the controller, and if I feel a bit off, just steer on the opposite side. Just I guess somehow I had my hand to eye coordination kind of nailed there. So like sometimes even without sound, I could tell kind of what the car's doing. So just see how things go pretty much. So if I feel like I'm counter steering or something, just activate quickly.
Oh, that's next level. I still struggle with that. That's next level.
I guess it's already been 8 years. I guess 9. Yeah, I think 9 years now, because I've been on controller for quite a while.
I think the last time I did controller was out of necessity because I didn't have a wheel, and that was when I had just gotten GT7. I was like, I'm gonna give sim racing a shot again after like 4 years of being gone. Because I had a Thrustmaster T150 when I first started back in 2018. Had to sell it. Now I'm back on the G29, which I like the G29. It is very, very loud. There are moments where you can hear the clunking of the gears in the microphone.
I mean, that's literally it's inherited. I guess you could say inherited disease. It's just the clunking of it. It's just something else. But yeah, I think I did try the G29. If honestly, it felt a bit off because it feels like rough. I don't know.
It is like when I first started to use it. It is very rough on the force feedback, and I've had to turn down the force feedback a little bit in ACC because it is very But I mean, overall, it's a very reliable wheel.
Yeah, I mean, it's an entry level, so it had to be reliable for mass market. I guess I actually didn't mention I had a wheel. I have a wheel. I do have a wheel now, but I don't use it competitively. I did actually make a joke that in competitive races I would do on a controller, but on let's say something like ETS or anything that's chill as hell, I'd go on a wheel. I'd go on a wheel for that. So I do the opposite of what people do.
You're not the only person I've ran into. I had someone in the GT7 league that I was just racing in. That just ended, and they had gotten a G29, and they did the same exact thing. They were like, "Oh, I'm going to try the G29 in practice." They were like, "Nope, I'm going to the wheel for the actual races, and you can't convince me otherwise."
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They got a wheel. They tried it, and during the actual race, they were like, "No, I'm going back to my controller."
Yeah, I mean, I had that. I think like last time I did try on my haha funny rig. I didn't know if you've seen it or not, but I had a haha funny rig. I think I showed it on the server for once. But
I've seen it.
Yeah, the step ladder, pretty much. Oh, I mean, okay, I'm gonna be real. It did actually work. It's funny.
Wait, was it like actually stable and everything?
Yeah, it was quite solid. So it's okay, in terms of vision, it might be a bit off, but honestly, it's like the Halo in F1. You somehow your eyes will just look past it, and then it feels normal now. It's a bit disorientating that I had to be a bit far because the step ladder is quite huge, I guess you could say. And yeah, I had to be very far back. I think like if I were to be this far back, I don't think you would hear me from here. That's how far back I had to be. Could you still hear me now?
I hear you, but it's like a little bit of an echo. Like you can tell that you're definitely further away.
Yeah, this is how far back I had to be. I was literally like, okay, had to come back. So I was literally like very, very far to the point that I think my seat is like right on my bed. Not on, sorry, yeah, next to my bed. So, my bed's a bit like, I don't know, a meter-ish away. So I just had to go that far back and, the rig there, I had to mount it somehow. But, at the end of the day, it still works. I think like I tried ACC, I tried Kyalami, I was 9/10 off of my controller time. So it's progress, but I had to kind of familiarize myself with it. I still had to tweak some stuff in it because like one of my friends told me like, why is your feedback gain like so low?
Because
I still had
I've been
to
on the
do
step
quite a lot of
ladder.
adjustments still. Yeah, I had to quite do a lot of adjustments to it because like, it felt a bit off. I was like 9/10 off on my current setup, so I guess it's more to like I just had to get used to practice the thing, But then again, the novelty of controller racer being up there is gonna be no more. I feel sad. I don't know.
The end of the controller era. It's gonna be a sad moment.
Ah,
We've got to have like a special celebration memorial thing on the team's
what do you
Twitter.
mean it's a celebration? It's
Like a memorial thing,
it's
like a celebration
mourning
that it
session.
happened, like a celebration that the controller saga had happened.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I think I might be the only one on the kind of Vtracc grid to win on a controller. I don't know. I mean, the others. I mean, Lucas, Executive, like SAS, they Green Man, Charmander. They all use the wheel. And here I am. I'm just the only one with a fucking controller. It's, I don't know. I'm still proud of it. I do stand by my stance to it. Controller still, I would say controller is still better, but still, if you have the right mindset, you could still make it work. I mean, Zol made it work because he won on his debut on a keyboard and mouse.
Oh right, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh god,
that one as well. I mean, he's now on a wheel, so it was like a one-off thing.
right, but still, keyboard and mouse, man. I tried that, but I tried that way back, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, never again.
Yeah, I did it once. I was like, no. At the very least, I'm going to do controller because this is too much.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh god, trying to do oval racing on a keyboard is pain.
definitely is, but I'm like, I do want to, like, part of me wants to stay as long as I can just to give everyone the haha funny reaction, just say like, oh, this guy's fast, and then just suddenly like and then someone spills to say he's on a controller. I don't know. I mean, it might bring, okay, like, I know, like, it might bring some people down upon finding out because it feels like, oh, he's on an inferior equipment and he's still faster, that kind of thing. But I'm like, no, you can still, I mean, with the right mindset, you can still beat me or something. You can still battle, which is fine.
It's a mentality thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been persevering with a controller because I don't have I don't have the budget and I don't have the space. I mean, budget one's already sorted out because I already bought the wheel, but the space is another thing. So, so that's why I kind of stuck through with a controller, and I'm like, okay, I'll just try and get good with it, be the best, see how it is. That's why I don't know if, I think like probably my setup is slightly different compared to other people, or probably my driving style because of that, because like they say like, oh, my rears are worn out a bit more. Meanwhile, I'm like, my fronts my fronts are doing the funny.
My fronts, guys, my fronts.
Pretty much. So it's a bit of a funny thing. It does suck that you don't get to adapt to how other people do, but at the same time, when you're there, you have the perseverance to improve. You should be good to go. That's why I said, like, it took me 9 years to get to this level.
And yeah, no, it's been insane. I think that's gonna do it for this week. Is there anything you wanted to say? Usually we'll do like a viewer, like a commenter's questions. kind of thing, but being the pilot episode, we don't really have that. So is there anything you want to add real quick, or?
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to add?
I don't know, like a comment or something, whatever you want to say.
No, I guess it's been an honor to be in the sim, be in the Racing Vtuber community. I mean, I might not be as active much as some of the others, say Mirai, Aki, Vtracc, Reska, and some of the others as well. I haven't been active much, but still trying my best, and still I'm a little bit unsure about like how my future career is gonna go. So I guess my main goal at the moment is just to make it to actually defend my title for the drift competition. But otherwise, I guess for Vtracc, I guess I've stuck in long enough. So who knows? Might stick around for more, or there might be a worthy replacement. Waiting in line, but. Like I said, it's been a great pleasure, for you to host the podcast as well, and to everyone else for the lovely community that you all put me in, and yeah, I do expect for more, I guess, more challenges, more adventure, in the community, and yeah, hopefully we get through it together. We get to it together just fine.
I think that'll do it for us this week. Syko, again, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll be back with some more Racing Vtuber Rundown next week, and we'll see you on the virtual racetracks.
All right, see you all.